Hello everyone, I'm George from Ireland, and there is the tomb of Sir Edward Heath, the erstwhile Prime Minister, born in 1916, the year of the tank, as people joked about him when he was at the Oxford Union, and he died in 2005. So he was born in Kent, the son of a jobbing builder, and I don't know what name of school he went to there. He got an organ scholarship to Balliol College, Oxford, went up there in 1934, reading PPE, if I'm not mistaken, Philosophy, Politics and Economics, graduated, was reading for the bar, then the Second World War broke out, and he was in the army during the war, then afterwards he was a stockbroker for a while, got himself elected to Parliament in 1950, was very much a one-nation conservative, believed that democratic capitalist countries had to have some sort of federation, so he was a Europhile long before it was popular, and it was a faith from which he never once wavered. So he had various ministerial offices in the early 60s, and he was an unusual conservative because in the Spanish Civil War he'd been an ardent supporter of the Spanish Republic and had visited there. In the late 1930s he visited the Third Reich, met some of the leading Nazi figures but not Hitler himself. I've read his autobiography, you see. He was a gifted musician, he liked conducting orchestras, he was an amateur sailor, well, even sailed in races and so on. He never ever wed, which led to some people speculating about his sexuality. And since he died, there have been allegations that he molested children, but no proof. I mean, nobody said that in his lifetime. He was obviously accompanied by police officers 24/7 from 1970 till his death. He became Prime Minister in June 1970, and he lost office in February 1974. Don't want to say too much about his political career. Requiescat in pace, it says, rest in peace. Did some of his honours KG, as in Knight of the Garter, MBE, member of the British Empire, and so forth. So he stood down from Parliament in 2001. He declined to go to the House of Lords, and he died in 2005. So there he was, a very serious-minded man, driven man, somewhat ideological, well, believing in moderation, couldn't go back to the mass unemployment or the social dislocation and the class enmity of the 1930s. So tried to steady the ship of state with limited success in the 70s, but remained in Parliament for years and was a real thorn in the side of the Thatcher administration, so he just sulked for decades. And indeed, 20 years ago there was a website called the National Association of Ted Heath Burners. Well, that's enough from me, so if you like what you see here from Salisbury Cathedral, my whistle-stop tour, so kindly dig deep and donate on PayPal. I urgently need donations in order to sustain this channel. So you'll find me on PayPal, georgecallahan79@gmail.com. Callahan is spelled C-A-L-L-A-G-H-A-N, and that's a double L. I said the double L, all small letters. Thank you so much. So toodaloo and subscribe. Make sure you tell your friends and neighbours, and don't forget, I teach all sorts of subjects like history, politics, religious studies, French, geography, law, and I translate from French, Spanish, Italian, Romanian, Russian and German. Toodaloo.